Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today, we are continuing our 5-year rebuild series here on the YouTube channel. Today, we're doing the Georgia Southern Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we are so close, yet so far. CFB 26 is so close, but yet it's so far away, and we're still doing our 5-year rebuild series. If I don't rebuild your team this year, don't worry. We'll get them next year along with everyone else. Maybe I'll do the same teams. I don't know. But we're probably going to start off with the teams I don't rebuild first. But we'll probably do some repeats too. Anyway, we're doing Georgia Southern today. Right now, they're a 78 overall, 77 offense, 79 defense. They run the air raid in a 4-2-5 defense. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the roster for Georgia Southern. We have J.C. French is the higher overall, but I like the idea of Dexter Williams II being our quarterback, seeing as he has better speed than J.C. French. We also have Colton Fitzgerald, David Dallas, and Tyler Budge. We'll see how he develops for us. We have Jalen White, followed by O.J. Arnold. We have a lot of freshman running backs. If they develop right, we might not need a running back. No fullbacks. Receivers, we have Derwin Burgess Jr., followed by L.V. Bunky Shelter. I have no clue who any of these guys are. No offense, but Jordan Woolen looks pretty good, and same with Mr. Ontavious Murphy with high speed. Tyler Fromm, is that Jake Fromm's brother? I don't know, but he's our starting tight end. We have Elijah Walton with 87 speed as our backup. He might start, I don't know. Their left tackle, we have Alton Nails, best one there. We have Pinchin Wembley. We have Chandler Strong as our starting center. Caleb Cook at right guard. Right tackle, we have Bryson. We have Isaac Walker, Deshaun Davis. I have no clue who any of these guys are. Justin Rhodes and Latrell Bullard. We have a freshman here, Eli Andrews, at left out. We have freshman C.J. Anderson, but we have Marquise Watson-Trent at middle linebacker. How about Davon Gilmore? We have Mark Stampley II, Tracy Hill Jr. We have two freshmen there. We have T.J. Smith and Terrell Davis. We have no kicker or no punter. Well, we do have them, but they're not freshmen. Anyway, you know how these 5-year rebuilds go. We need to recruit, so let's go. Damian Johnson, committed. James Coate, committed. Joe Stuber, committed. Enrique Ty, committed. Larry Singleton, committed. Leo Abraham, committed. Maurice Ring, committed. Barry Bullen, committed. Jake Lenon, committed. Gil Hoggins, committed. PJ Lewis, committed. Keontae Obin, committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Heisman Trophy winner is Will Howard, quarterback from the Ohio State. He had 3,490 yards, 33 tutties, and 5 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we went 5-7, and we did not make a bowl game. So yeah, that's year one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year one stats. We started J.C. French. That's probably why we did not make a bowl game. I forgot to change that. My bad. Sorry to J.C. French. I don't know, man. Anyway, he had 2,831 yards, 223 for 417, 19 tutties, 13 picks, 53% completion percentage. Rushing, White, 129 for 613, 7 tutties. Arnold, 62 for 224, 2 tutties. French, 57 for 156. Bunkney Shelton, 9 for 111, 1 tutty. We had Cobb, 15 for 41. Receiving, Cobb, 59 for 774, 6 tutties. LV, 47 for 743 tutties. Derwin, 35 for 523, 2 tutties. From 43 for 453, 5 tutties. White, 21 for 175. Arnold, 9 for 985, 2 tutties. Walton, 4 for 38. Sanders Jr., 5 for 33 with 1 tutty. How about the defense here? 98 tackles for Marquise. Watson Trent, 83 for Hicks, 52 for Mark, 48 for TJ. Tracy Hill, 45, 41 for Terrell Davis. Tackles for loss. Justin Rhodes with 8, 5 for Davis, 3 for Gilmore and Fall, 2 by Watson Trent, Strout, and Bullard, 1 by Hill Jr., Davis, Gamble, Lockie, and Walker. Sacks we had 5 by Rhodes, Gilmore with 3 along with Fall, 2.5 for Walker, Davis with 1 along with Watson Trent, half a sack for MJ Strout, interceptions 5 by Watson Trent, Mark with 3, 1 by Hill Jr., Davis, Gamble, and Hicks, and Thomas Mathis, probably butchered his first name. Anyway, year one of the books. We're already on to year two. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, it was Ole Miss versus Ohio State. And Ole Miss beats Ohio State 23-18. Christian Harrison committed. Marcus Washington Jr. committed. Clayton Powell Lee committed. Dante Balfour committed. Everett Roundson Jr. committed. Wesley he commits. Carmelo Overton committed. Ricky Lee III committed. Connor Spears committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 20th best class in the nation. That's the best in the Sun Belt. Although we did not make a bowl game in year one, we have got a talented group coming on to year two. Sean Hillyman committed. Lamar Downs committed. PJ Bass committed. Matt Montague committed. Quinton Income committed. Clifton Best committed. Angelo Dalton committed. Gregory McCourt committed. Angel Pierre committed. Lester Parkey committed. Tyron Levrone committed. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 Heisman Trophy winner is Cade Klubnik, quarterback of Clemson. He had 4,658 yards, 51 tutties, and 3 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Myrtle Beach Bowl, taking on Western Michigan. And ladies and gentlemen, we done it. We have won the Myrtle Beach Bowl. All right, here are the year two stats. J.C. French, 3,188 yards, 257, 427, 30 tutties, 9 picks, 60% completion percentage rushing. Arnold, 187 for 993, 9 tutties. French, 68 for 167, 1 tutty. David, 22 for 134, 3 tutties. Katie, 9 for 133, 1 tutty. Baker, 10 for 46 with 3 tutties. Sanders Jr., 10 for 9. How about receiving? Saunders Jr., 80 for 1,112, 11 tutties. Katie, 54 for 761, 12 tutties. Josh Dallas, 37 for 501, 5 tutties. Gill, 39 for 429, 1 tutty. Arnold, 33 for 210, 1 tutty. Murphy, 5 for 70. David, 6 for 66. And JP, 3 for 39. Defensively, 91 tackles for Everett, 74 for Davon Hicks. Dante Balfour, 72, 65 for Gamble. Collier with 62, 54 for Terrell Davis. How about the tackles for loss? Nazir Smith with 5, same with Barry. 4 for Gamble and Keba. 3 by Davis, 2 by Hicks, Collier, and Bullard. 1 by MJ Stroud. How about sacks 9.5 for Barry Bolin, the freshman? Nazir Smith with 9. Wesley with 6, 5 for Davis, 2.5 for Everett, 1 by Keba, half sack for Hicks, Lee the third. Interception 7 by Balford, 6 by Gamble, 3 by Devin, 2 by Cammon, Everett with 1, and Terrell Davis and Clayton Powell Lee. Year 2, we won a bowl game. We are on the year 3. Just like the good old days, it was Alabama and Clemson. And this time, Alabama on top, 41-23. Keon Hawley committed. Whit Weeks committed. Trayvonte Wright committed. Blake Franks committed. Langston Lewis committed. Wilkie Denod commits. Keyshawn Campbell committed. Chase Swigegard commit. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 22nd best class in the nation. Once again, the best in the Sun Belt. After coming off a bowl game, we've got 2 top 25 classes. I think next year, let's try to win the Sun Belt. Jimmy Saucher committed. Carl Spitzer committed. Chad Schoolmaker committed. Jeremiah Muchinson committed. Bryce Kendricks committed. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Heisman Trophy winner is Jeremiah Smith, receiver from Ohio State, excuse me. He had 84 receptions, 1,521 yards, 25 tutties. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the 68 Ventures Bowl, taking on Bowling Green. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. 68 Ventures Bowls champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the year 3 stats. J.C. French, 3,060 yards, 252 for 436, 26 tutties, 19 picks, 57% completion percentage. Rushing, David, 173 for 543, 3 tutties. J.C. French, 87 for 373, 2 tutties. Bradley, 18 for 49, 2 tutties. KD, 20 for 41. Breaker, 6 for 19. Josh Dallas, 8 for 14. How about the receiving? Dorsey, 62 for 825, 14 tutties. Dallas, 47 for 695 tutties. Gill, 56, 664, 3 tutties. Cole, 31 for 381, 2 tutties. David, 35 for 285, 1 tutty. Murphy, 7 for 69 with a tutty. JJ, 8 for 48. JP, 3 for 34. And Woolen, 3 for 20. Defensively, Overton, 104 tackles, 75 for Jake. Campbell at 73, 59 for Devin. Ricky Lee, the third, 53, along with Wilkie. 45 for Lee and Cammon, 43. Tackles lost, 8 by Lee, 5 by Wilkie and Lacey. 3 by Campbell and Weeks. Overton and Leanon with 2 apiece. Devin, Ricky Lee, and Barry with 1. Sacks, 10 by Wilkie. Lee with 7, along with Lacey. Barry with 3, 2.5 for Witt. 2 for Overton, half sack for Campbell, Jake, and MJ Stroud. Interceptions 5 by Cameron, 4 by Devin, 2 for Overton, 1 by Witt and Campbell and Wright. Year 3, won another bowl game. I think next year, let's try to win the Sun Belt. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Big Ten versus SEC, Georgia, Oregon, with Georgia and the SEC coming on top, 35-21. Jaquez Trufant committed. Lorenzo McFadden Presley committed. Zecharia Poser committed. Cameron Griffin committed. Dakota Buggs committed. Bo Masco committed. Kendrick Lanier II committed. Manuel Rosales committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 42nd best class in the nation, still the best in the Sun Belt. We struggled this year, but I still think we can win the Sun Belt this year. Let's go. Tyler Cassidy committed. Bryce Britton committed. Rico Dial committed. Demarius Ivory committed. Trevor Ropsky committed. Mustafa Okafor committed. Dion Cleveland committed. Stephen Gage committed. Pat Torrance committed. Connor Ahmed committed. And your 2027 Heisman Trophy winner is DeAndre Busby, quarterback of Tulane. He had 3,739 yards, 49 tutties, and 4 picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the First Responders Bowl, taking on the North Texas Mean Green. Ladies and gentlemen, we fall 24-20 in the First Responder Bowl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the Year 4 stats. Damian Johnson, 3,168 yards, 252, 397, 33 tutties, 8 picks, a 63% completion percentage. My bad. Rushing. Anderson, 154, 714, 4 tutties. Johnson, 141, 539, 5 tutties. JJ, 46 for 182, 1 tutty. Todd, 9 for 68, 1 tutty. Murphy, 14 for 57, 2 tutties. Dorsey, 7 for 42, 1 tutty. Baker, 3 for 17, 1 tutty. Receiving Dorsey, 68 for 1,105, 8 tutties. Murphy, 51 for 672, 12 tutties. Woolman, 39 for 512, 5 TDs. Hoggins, 43 for 449, 3 tutties. Anderson, 26 for 217, 1 tutty. Bradley, 16 for 136, 3 tutties. Spears, 44 for 34. Kendrick, 3 for 29. And Angel Pierre, 1 for 2. And then JP, 1 for 2 with a tutty. How about the defense here? 86 tackles for Campbell, 71 for Jake. Overton with 68, 56 for Tyrone, 44 for Sean. Wright with 43, 42 for Collier. Tackles lost, Nazir Smith with 10, 7 for Wilkie. Overton with 5, Lee with 5, 4 for Lacey, 3 by Campbell and Hillman, Barry with 2, and 1 by Jake. Sacks, we had 9.5 by Nazir Smith, Wilkie with 8, 4.5 for Lee, Lacey with 3, 1.5 by Bolin, Barry Bolin, Campbell with 1 half sack for Ramon. Interceptions, Tyvon Wright with 7, 4 for Tyrone, Campbell with 2, 1 by Overton and Jake. We got to go to the offseason and get more talent so that way in year 5, we bring the natty home to Georgia Southern. Already, ladies and gentlemen, Tulane had a Heisman winner, and they're going to bring the natty home. They take down Texas A&M 35-31. Brian Pryor committed. Brandon Crutcherfield committed. Jamichael Skittenberry committed. Trevor Keno committed. Carl Gain committed. John Woodbay committed. Marquez Slay commits. Noah Hanley committed. Cortez LaCrosse committed. Sone Aloio, I probably butchered it, but he's committed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finished with the 29th best class in the nation. Once again, the best in the Sun Belt. We have gotten the best talent in the Sun Belt. We got to push. It's year 5. Let's win a natty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know when you see this screen, auto recruiting on, let's get to simming. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently 7-1. We're undefeated in the Sun Belt. Only loss came to 15-ranked Boise, who we're competing for that group of 5 spot. Anyway, we got 4 games left to go against Old Dominion, Georgia Southern, Arkansas State, and Appalachian State. It's going to be tough, but let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have made the Sun Belt Championship. We're ranked 7 in the land, so as long as we win this, we'll be in the playoff. The question will be, do we get the bye? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have won the Sun Belt. Let's go. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, taking on the Michigan Wolverine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic at Jerry's World. It's Michigan. They have a lot more resources than we do here at Georgia Southern. They're going to be a tough team. Of course, the Big Ten, SEC, the two tough conferences in college football. But we play in the Sun Belt, man. But hey, we have heart, we have soul, and if you believe, I believe, Georgia Southern believes, let's win this game and get to the semis. Let's go. All right, first we go with the one. We are up 6-0. Here we go. Right there, Bradley. He's got a touchdown. Georgia Southern to give us a 13-0 lead. 4th and 5 at our own 30. Down 4. We're going for it. Here we go. This may be dumb. Here we go. Johnson. He was open, but he didn't run his route. 3rd and 4. We're down 11. Here we go. Going deep here, and he overthrew it. Gotta go for it. 4th and 4. Here we go. Johnson. Bradley. Got him. Why didn't he spin move? I don't know. Gonna go a little tempo here. We're gonna try it. We want to score before this 2-minute timeout. Come on, Johnson. I'm going to square. Why? I don't know. 2nd and 10 here. Here we go. Johnson. Got him this time. Got him this time. Woolen, touchdown. We're going to go for 2 here. All right. Here we go. We're going to go for 2. Make this a 3-point game. Where defense has forced a punt. Question will be, can we get a touchdown? Here we go. We're going to set up the punt return. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 31. Oh, my God. We got him. Woolen again. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Let's go. Defense, can you get a stop? But before our defense has to come on the field, we got to go for 2 again. And we throw a pick. But it doesn't matter. Defense, just get a stop. Here we go. 3rd and 8. Michigan still has 2 timeouts. Can we get him? No, we can't. Oh, my goodness. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Michigan has 1 timeout. Here we go. 1st and 10. Oh, my God. LeBron with the pick, and we're going to seal this game. Holy moly. What a way to end it. Johnson's going to take the knee. And Georgia Southern, I told you, we have heart, we have soul. We never give up. We are now on to the semis. Wow. Oh, this game is over. It's 68-81. The Dunders, they feel it. They feel it now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. All right, here we are, Glendale, Arizona, home of the Arizona Cardinals, but home of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. If we win this game, we're going to a national title. Again, we had Michigan. Now we had Notre Dame. Of course, they're independent, but they're still a tough team, man. Look at him. He's like, bring it on. We're playing the pussy Georgia Southern Eagles. Bring it on, motherfuckers. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Irish, man. We have heart. We have soul. We believe. And that's a dangerous team you want to face. Here we go. Georgia Southern, Notre Dame in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl with the right to go to the Natty. J.J. Bradley, 23-yard rushing touchdown to give us the lead, 13-3. And Sean Anderson now with a 21-yard rush to give us a 20-3 lead. Right here, right now, we have a chance to put away the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Here we go. Anderson, he's in with ease. In with ease. Touchdown. Georgia Southern, and that's probably the game, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, we just put a beat down to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and we are now on our way to the national title. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking on the Oklahoma Sooners for the national title. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at Jerry's World with the right to call ourselves national champions. This time, Oklahoma, they're tough. SEC, but we've played a Big Ten team in Michigan, played the independents that are really good in Notre Dame. Now we're playing an SEC powerhouse And, you know, like I said, we have heart, we have soul, and we believe. And that's a dangerous team you don't want to see. Here we go. Oklahoma. Georgia Southern for the right to call themselves national champs. Here we go. All right, 4th and inches on our own 35 we're going for it. Here we go. Johnson. Hands off. Anderson, he's got a wide open hole. All righty, down 10-0. Can we try to make do of something before half? Here we go. Johnson. O-line sucks. And we're gonna go no huddle. I mean, we still have 2 timeouts. I mean, we just need points here. We just need find a way to get points. They're in a cover 2, it looks like. Cover 2, here we go. Right there, Johnson. He freaking dropped it, bro. 3rd and 14, here we go. Johnson, he's gonna hit Murphy in stride. Murphy can't get out of bounds. We will call timeout. We would love nothing more than a touchdown here. But if we get a field goal, we'll take it. Here we go. Johnson. Underthrown, and it's freaking picked. He swats it, and it's right into him, bro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just scored a touchdown to make it 20-7. Bryce Kendricks, 52-yard touchdown, 14-20. Don't go anywhere, folks. Here we go. This is a big 3rd down here. Here we go. Mid-blitz. And no, oh my god, they fucking run it like pussy vaginas. And they're gonna go no huddle, of course. So I gotta play defense instead of simming it. Fucking Oklahoma, bro. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god, why? Why are they going no huddle? Why? I want a sim defense. Come on. Maybe we get a pick, though. Maybe we're going to use a lurk here. Come on, here we go. 1st and 10, Oklahoma draining a clock. Even if they get a field goal. He's just fucking... Come on, hike it, Hawkins. Don't be a bitch. Yeah, they're just draining the clock. Fucking assholes. False start. Alright, we get them there. They want to drain the clock, but they want to go no huddle. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're going to send a mid-blitz. 2nd and 7 here. Here we go. Yeah, they're just going to drain this fucking clock. Yeah, but they want to run no huddle, but they want to sit here and fucking do this. Fuck off. Just fuck off. Go no huddle just to fucking drain the clock. You know I could have fucking hopped in sim Oklahoma, you fucking cocksuckers. God, this game pisses me off. Hike the fucking ball. You're a bunch of vaginas, Oklahoma. Oh, they do hike it, but they run it, and we can't get a fucking stop, and he's fucking gone. I didn't think they would snake it. Fuck you, Oklahoma, you pussy vaginas. Didn't think they would fucking hike it, and they actually hike it. All right, they're going to go for 2. Here we go. And, oh my god, we stopped them. All right, we need a quick score. Quick score here. Here we go, Johnson. Underthrown, and it's picked. Oh, if it was green, it was a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what it is, but the last couple 5-year rebuilds with a small school, I don't know what it is. We get to the national championship and fold like a sack of potatoes. Oh, obviously, it doesn't help when Oklahoma goes no huddle and then sits there for like 30 seconds. And I thought they were taking it to a 2-minute timeout, but no, Oklahoma wants to be pussy vaginas and hike it. But it's not the reason we lost. But this sucks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another 5-year rebuild, another failure, I guess we can say. I don't know how many I've won with and how many I lost with. I mean, that's kind of bullshit of Oklahoma. I didn't think they would hike it. I thought they were taking it to a 2-minute timeout. They hike it, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it. Should have been more ready for that. Oklahoma, bunch of pussies. I even won them a national title, and they do that to me? Like, come on, bro. I mean, the last couple 5-year rebuilds with small schools, we just... It seemed like we fold in the national championship. I don't know what it is, man, but it is what it is. If you guys have enjoyed this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and guys will subscribe. Motivate me to keep doing this. CFB 26 is on the horizon. We will be continuing our 5-year rebuild series, or we're doing the 5-year rebuild series next year. Whatever teams I haven't rebuilt, I'll be rebuilding to start the year. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Have a great day. Have a great night. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. I'm out.